I don't know what you think about when you think of church. What kind of images, what kind of emotions, what sounds come to mind when you think of church? Do you think of like pews and people moving or not moving? It's been a year since we launched Perichoresis, and some of the people that were part of the original crew, they know exactly what Perichoresis is, but since then we've had a number of people join Perichoresis or watch online, and they're like, what is up with the name of your youth group? Like, what language is Perichoresis anyway? Like, why do you call your youth group Perichoresis? Here's the thing, for millennia, when people thought about God, they thought of Yahweh, this one being, right? God the Father. Jesus shows up and he talks about how he is the Messiah, how he is God, and everyone gets hype about that. But then he dies, as he said he would. 3 days later, he's resurrected as he said he would. And then he hangs out for 40 days talking to people, convincing him that he is alive, that he is God. And then right when he ascends to heaven, he tells his disciples and his people, he says, it is good for you that I leave because I'm sending the Spirit. So right at the very beginning, when Jesus is on earth for the first coming and he's resurrected, there's this whole idea that God is just so much bigger than what they had in mind. And so at the very first century, the early church fathers, they're trying to understand, what does this triune God, like what does that even mean? What does it look like to have a Father and a Son and a Holy Spirit? They're all different, but they're all the same and they're all one. And so they're trying to understand, like, what does that mean? What does that look like? And the word that they coined, that they come up with, is this Greek word that they put two words together called perichoresis. Choresis, choreo, this is where we get the English word choreography. It literally means to dance. You can't dance and not move. So intrinsically, there's this idea, okay, so a relationship with God, who God is, it's movement. So if God moves, like how is it that there are three in one? How is it the same? How are they one but yet separate? And so the idea that they had was peri, it means around. And so it's the idea that a triune God, like who God is, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, it's this concept, it's this idea that's like a three-person dance. They move together, three individuals, but they're in rhythm and movement together, active together. Perichoresis, a triune God. And then when they're trying to think about church, and what does it mean to have a relationship with this triune God? Again, they've come up with this idea. It's perichoresis. There's this triune God who's in rhythm and in movement, and he's doing stuff in our world and in our lives and in people's lives, and he invites us, dude. He actually calls, like you and me, like these broken sinners, to join him in this movement, in this dance. So ultimately, at the core of perichoresis, in a few months we're going to launch a perichoresis room, and we're going to have a perichoresis ministry, and all of these things that perichoresis does. Just so you know, this is the very first series of 2018. The series is called The Movement, and it's deeply rooted in this concept that a relationship with God means movement. It means action. It means doing something, not just on our own, but partnering, actually like co-missioning with God in what it is that he is doing in the world. And so here's my question. God is doing stuff. He's doing stuff in your life. He's doing stuff at your school. He's doing stuff at your church and in your community. And what's amazing is he invites us to join him in what he is doing. So at the very beginning of 2018, the very beginning of the series called The Movement, I think it's important to let's redefine again, let's clarify what perichoresis is. it literally means to join a dance with God. And so may all that Perikresis does, may it be to recognize what God is doing, His movement, and then join Him in what He's doing. And as we start this brand new series in 2018 called The Movement, may we think and understand and just get that church and community, it isn't something that you just sit at. It implies movement, doing something. So I'm not sure what you're called to do. I'm not sure what you're called to change this year, but here's the point of Perikresis. Right now, at the very beginning of 2018, this very first series, may we together start to trust each other, encourage each other to move and to change personally, but then to create space together for others to change personally or academically or socially or emotionally or yes, even spiritually. May we together independently move, but then as a community move, dance with God this year. Perikresis.